Some loves begin with a promise. Imani and Chris began with a look. One summer night, high above Chicago, a rooftop club glowed with string lights, music, and bodies moving like heartbreak did not exist. Imani walked in with friends, laughing, beautiful, newly free, in a dress that caught every eye. At the bar, she bumped into Chris. He turned to speak, but when he saw her, every word disappeared. He simply held out his hand. Imani took it. They danced like they had known each other in another lifetime. Slow, close, breathless. When Chris finally asked her name, she smiled and said, Imani. Then gunshots tore through the music. The crowd scattered. Chris reached for her. Imani reached back, but panic pulled them apart. Her friends dragged her toward the exit. Chris fought through the chaos, calling her name, but her name was all he had. Years passed. 15 years later, Chris had a beautiful Chicago house, a successful finance career, a wife named Rhonda, and a troubled son named CJ. From the outside, his life looked complete. But some nights, alone in his office, he still saw Imani spinning beneath rooftop lights. He still wondered how one dance could haunt a man for half his life. Hundreds of miles away in Detroit, Imani packed boxes after a divorce. Her friends called her crazy for moving to Chicago to find a man she met once. But Imani said she was a doctor. She could work anywhere. And what she felt with Chris was not a mistake. It was a message. On New Year's Eve, alone in her new Chicago apartment, champagne in hand, fear crept in. Then she remembered Chris's eyes, and hope sat beside her. Time kept moving, but fate kept circling. At a grocery store, Imani felt something in her chest and turned down one aisle just as Chris passed another. On Valentine's Day, Chris sat across from Rhonda in an upscale restaurant while Imani stood upstairs at the bar. Both felt the pull. Both looked too late. Years later, Imani woke to a masked burglar escaping through her window. Police caught him. His name was C.J. At the station, she agreed to meet his parents. The officer opened the door and said, Imani Monroe. Chris stepped in and froze. It can't be, he whispered. Imani looked up, and decades of searching ended in one breath. They moved toward each other like the room had vanished. Chris held her face. Imani cried. And when they kissed, even Rhonda understood she was watching a love older than marriage papers. Imani dropped the charges. Chris let Rhonda go. This time, when he reached for Imani's hand, fate let him hold it.